Group 1. The topic we are discussing on is Nkrumah and Pan-Africanism, examining the philosophical foundation of African unity. My prof, in our work, my team and my group, we ensured we make some proper research on the impact of Nkrumah's efforts to bring Pan-Africanism, the concept, the movement of Pan-Africanism, to generate thought system and incite the African person in the minds of Africans, crossing the nostrils of the African countries, looking at countries in the other world like the US and even in the African descent. So our work cited Nkrumah, but we made more extensive research to look out for the trend of where Nkrumah draw his insight. And we are looking at the likes of Martin Delany and Alexander Nkrumah, put together with they are all American Africans, and with the Indian person who is in question in part of them. So my group made much effort to cite the influence of Pan-Africanism, and we defined the concept in its entirety to some level, and to launch further on the mood whereby the movement has taken new face towards. So I believe with this, my other partner will continue with this to expose better on the topic at its fundamental level. Thank you so much. Thank you, my friend.
Focus of the work, it studies, it's a reminder of Nkrumah's life system used in addressing the notion of Pan-Africanism after the era of philosophical foundation of Africanism. After the era of colonial dominance in Africa, through the time of various African states' independence from colonial masters, this work therefore does not only emphasize on the need for Africa to reclaim its identity, but it urges that the movement is achievable through bonding spirit, Ubuntu. Because I've seen in time past, no nation can stand on its own without a subordinate or supportive state at this time. Finally, the work concludes that the need for this African unity that mirrors Nkrumah's influence of Pan-Africanism is indeed a necessary voyage to African descent, and how it could encourage oneness and foster peace in the spirit of African state that it tries to enact at his reign as President of Ghana, quote according to his words. A union of African states would project more effectively the African personality. It will command respect from the world that has respect, that has regard only for size and influence. I believe strongly and sincerely that the African race, united under one federal government, will emerge as a great power whose greatness is indestructible. Nkrumah, 1961. Thank you.
It holds that African people, both on the continent and in the diaspora, share not just a common and a common destiny, but also a common culture, common political and economic system. Pan-Africanism gained strength during the 20th century as many colonies in Africa gained independence and joined together to try to tackle the continent's numerous problems, most especially colonialism. The three prominent Pan-Africanists were Martin Delany, Alexander Nkrumah, and Nkrumah. But the prominent father of Pan-Africanism was Nkrumah. He was a black intellectual from the diaspora. Nkrumah was bent on the fact that the problem of race was not just within the United States, as it was not just affecting the blacks in the United States, but also other Africans living in African countries. We have people like Julius Nyerere and Kwame Nkrumah, who also fought hard for the liberation of Africa from colonial rule. Kwame Nkrumah, known for his solid work on Pan-Africanism, led Ghana to her independence in the year 1957. Julius Nyerere.
I get an order that if somebody is coming here, now tell the person to stay there. You're not making space for somebody.
Who fought hard for liberation of Africa from colonial rule. Kwame Nkrumah, known for his solid work on Pan-Africanism, led Ghana to her independence from colonial rule in the year 1957. Julius Nyerere also led Tanzania to her independence. Pan-Africanism also led to the end of apartheid, racial discrimination in South Africa. Thank you.
My name is Victor Nkrumah. I'm here to present the body of Africanism and also the issue of Nkrumah was a dedicated Pan-Africanist born in Ghana in 1909. In 1909, he posited that Africa must come as one for everything, for everything to come as one Africa for the development and manifestation of Africa. He posited that Africa must come together if they want to establish their aspire state. So we look for that by saying that Africa must unite, which is Africa for attainment of independence, and must unite in our common efforts. If you do not unite, you are not going to attain that effort that Africa aspires. So we move forward by saying that Muammar Gaddafi was his comrade in arms, whereby African led Muammar Gaddafi in stigma. They don't want to support Muammar Gaddafi's stigma. So eventually, the West spied on Muammar Gaddafi, and none of Africa was able to support his ambition. At the end of the day, Muammar Gaddafi was annihilated by the West and gave chaos in Libya and also in Nigeria. Critics of Ahmadu Bello and Tafawa Balewa, they criticized for Kwame Nkrumah's vision. They say that it lacks capability, that is not something that is big distinction. So they criticized it, and eventually, Kwame Nkrumah really seen this coming.
It is from there he met William Du Bois, helped Sylvester Williams, and they now had this West African Students Union. It was actually the Africans in Caribbean, that is South America, that people started this movement. Okay, because those ones are living with the white people, and they are feeling kind of, they had to go to Accra to start this newspaper, West African Pilots. That newspaper started talking about telling the British people to live there. This place was called British West Africa. That's what they were calling this state. When you came down to Lagos, Yoruba fluently speaks Hausa, but all in Nigeria, so he commands these three languages. He's Igbo, but he speaks Igbo. We had that kind of big, like, mental connection to area. It is that discussion that metamorphosed to consciousness. What we are talking about. It is the discussion they were having. Build research, debating the president of the country, debating intellectually. That's what they did. Okay, so I've presented this good picture for you to understand Kwame Nkrumah much better. Nkrumah died, eventually was overthrown because it was the CIA, the person who was responsible, owned it all. I had to pay if what I can say it to you. Say, look, Nkrumah was becoming dangerous. Why? Because he understood this thing more than everybody. Okay? He went and wrote the names of all the foreign companies in Africa and told Africans, look at the people who are your problem. Share all these things that who are actually owning you. CIA. So if you unite, you get these people. This is the condition to under which you operate in Africa. So Africa must unite. When you wrote that book, American embassy warned their ambassador there to call that young man. Or you know, the second plotting is off. What did they do? They got a gang of soldiers to one. So I've gone to this estate because I'm well versed in my issue. But like I told you about this much. Lastly, Nkrumah's body was not buried until after 19 years. 19 years. They left his body. Because they said Nkrumah would never die. But after 19 years, it was now spread. What that was out with this, that's my WhatsApp. Eventually married an Egyptian. Okay? Because he wanted to. So it's quite a very exceptional human being. Okay?